Marvel's latest miniseries just released last month on Disney+, and it's already taking the world by storm, with viewing figures through the roof on Pirate Bay and a smash hit with fans and critics alike, with some reviewers even going so far as to say the show is halfway to good, and it's certainly something. Hi guys, Perry here, and today we're going to be taking a look at 9 crazy facts I've managed to source from production insiders working on the show. So without further ado, let's get to it. The Goldfish in episode 1 wasn't originally disabled with one fin. Actor Oscar Isaac went so method when forming his personality disorder that he developed a shadow persona called the Bastard that would bite body parts off of any aquatic animal within a 10-foot radius. So producers wrote around his London aquarium vacation antics to make it look like it was all part of the plot, and to avoid Peter shutting down production before the first shot. In a rejected early draft of the script, Moon Knight actually had a third variation suit of the more literal variety, which spawns when Steven trips over a discarded banana peel and screams "SHIT!" But they abandoned the concept because the brown didn't show up very well on camera during night scenes, and also it stank out the costume truck. The hellhound creature that Mark and Layla fight in episode 2 wasn't actually invisible, but was just made so via the magic of post-production. Trying to act like you couldn't see a bloodthirsty demon trying to kill you was one of Oscar Isaac's quote greatest challenges to date. Harrow's cane was made of real hawk bones. There was no reason for that other than the props team thinking it would be quote a right laugh, though it was the bird itself that got the last laugh, as it took them 3 hours to catch the fucker. The production budget ballooned when costings came back from the location department for shooting expenses at the actual Egyptian pyramids, and so a savvy Mohamed Diab broke off 3 chunks of his half-eaten Toblerone and placed them directly in front of the camera. The team then recolored them in post, and no fans were the wiser, even when in some scenes you can see background performers getting hungry and nibbling on the nougaty steps of one of the Seventh Wonders. See if you can spot them. Oscar Isaac trained for 3 months to become a London cabbie in order to prepare for his post-credit scene. He even learned classic London phrases like "Alright, so where to, love?" and "You fucking foreigners," whilst also committing the entire contents of the city's A to Z street atlas to memory. Production filmed in a real-life functioning mental asylum for episodes 4, 5 and 6, with the camera assistants having to work around nurses trying to get past dolly rigs with fresh blankets for the patients, whilst some of the lighting crew endured constant name-calling and shit-slinging from the mentors in their rooms just behind the buffet table. The original plan was to use a real-life hippo to play the goddess Tarouet, but they couldn't find one that could smile and wave cheekily whilst also being qualified in driving a desert boat. So the casting director went to the next hippo-like actor they could think of, but alas, Amy Schumer was busy during the scheduled shooting block, and so they had no choice but to go full CGI. Luckily, they still had Schumer's blubbery outline from film posters as a reference to work from. Marvel were nervous about releasing the show in March 22, given Matt Reeves' The Batman was premiering in the same month, and they feared the inevitable comparisons between the two would leave Moon Knight getting overshadowed by the OG Dark Knight, whom the budget Moon guy was clearly cosplaying as. This was further compounded by the fact that they had already imported Gal Gadot's golden costume from Wonder Woman 2 for a second-hand reuse, and actress May Calamari was beginning to complain about how Zoe Kravitz wasn't being expected to perform in Halle Berry's sweaty kegs. Luckily, it all turned out fine, and the show released to glowing reviews and rapturous applause.
Very average at best.
In early production drafts, Khonshu was originally voiced by UK comic Joe Pasquale.
I don't look like Fred Flintstone, but I'll make your bed rock.
Because for some reason the squeaky-voiced British comedian allegedly held blackmail material over producer Kevin Feige. Luckily, it was all sorted out when Kevin took off his baseball cap at a recent Comic-Con event and voluntarily showed the audience the giant swastika he had carved into his scalp as a wayward teen, which instantly neutralised Pasquale's hold over the role, and they cast F. Murray Abraham as planned. Rumour has it that for some strange reason, Pasquale is now lined up for a senior copy editor role at timcast.com. So there you have it, 9 crazy facts behind the latest Marvel phenomenon. So what now? Will Moon Knight get a second season? Will Jake pick up any famous customers in the back of his cab? And do you think Amy Schumer regrets not taking the part of the annoying flabby hippo, given it's a role she was clearly born to play? Let us know down in the comment section. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing behind-the-scenes facts, video essays, and insider gossip on upcoming productions. I've been Perry Winklewuffer, and until next time, be lucky and always check your prostate. Even you ladies!